Alexa TV presents in 3, 2, 1. Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
Two local middle schools have just earned a large grant from the state of Michigan to make some big curriculum changes to help students read. So this week on Dateline Schools, we're talking with the principal from Hollandwoods Middle School, Heidi Bartle, and Central Middle School principal Mike Palmer about this new opportunity. And so, what's this grant that you received, and what's the purpose?
Oh, I get it first. Well, it's actually called a 22K Student Centric Competitive Grant. We had applied for it at the beginning of the year. Just really kind of on we saw that it was out there, a letter of interest was placed, and then throughout the year we made out the grant as a team, working together between our two schools, put together a proposal, and remarkably, we after a process of time and then having them come in and visit both of our schools and talk to our staff, we were awarded it. And at this point, we were awarded $936,000. And we want to use it really looking at it. We want to look at how we can use it for buying curriculum materials for both reading and math. We'd like to see what we can do for our math students as well.
Yeah, and Heidi, are your two middle schools the only schools that have gotten this award in Michigan? And how are you going to divide this up between the two buildings?
Well, we haven't decided yet how we're going to divide the money. It's not going to be necessarily divided per pupil. We had originally applied for $1.5 million. Jennifer Allen and Aaron Eastman had been primarily focused people writing the grant, and they work for the administration building. And as Mike said, we received actually $936,000. So we received a high portion of what we had wanted. We had applied for about $1,000 per student for what our student populations are. So at this point, we're at the careful, prudent decision-making of how we're going to use this money. We are the only two middle schools in Portland Area School District who qualified to apply for it, but there are several schools through the EAA, or the Educational Authority Association, that is getting some funding. They're getting actually a majority of the $9 million that this grant was in the state of Michigan.
And the EAA, that's a statewide organization, right?
Yeah, that is Governor Snyder's schools that have been taken over by the state of Michigan for low performance.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.